Well, good morning, guys. Today we're going to take a look at a new product from AudioControl, the ACX BT3. This thing is really awesome. It might be something you're looking for, so stay tuned. So in the not too distant past, AudioControl decided to get into the all-weather amplifiers. Boats, side-by-sides, motorcycles, dune buggies, off-road vehicles, snowmobiles, hot air balloons, whatever it was. They wanted to get into that, and they came out with the line of ACX amplifiers. And these are the two current amplifiers available, the 300.1 and the 300.4. Some things that make these amplifiers unique is that they're built like tanks. They're ipx6 rated, they have speaker and line level inputs, GTO signal sense on, quick disconnect so you can easily take the amplifiers in and out. They made a mono block, which is 175 watts at 4 ohms, 300 watts at 2 ohms, and a 4-channel that was 50 by 4 at 4 ohms, 75 by 4 at 2 ohms, and 150 watts bridged, so times 2. The next question people asked is, I love these amplifiers, but what am I using for a signal source? And some of these vehicles, I don't need a head unit. That led to this, the ACX BT1. This is an aptX HD support, Bluetooth receiver with RCA outputs, remote turn-on output that could connect to these amplifiers or any amplifier that has an RCA input and give you the ability to stream your phone directly to your amplifiers. Then someone said, no, I really would like a controller. I don't want to have my phone out. I want to just have a volume control, maybe some extra features. And that led to this, the ACX BT3, which is what we're here to look at today. This is an ever-evolving line for AudioControl, so stay to the end of the video and I'll tell you what the future holds. I'm actually going to show it to you. Let's unbox this and get started. With the unit out of the box, we can take a closer look at the whole unit itself. We'll go over specifications in a minute. This is the silver trim ring that goes around the unit. I've removed it so that I can show you the 4 screw holes that are located behind it. Inside of this, there's caps that go into the screw holes as well as 4 pins on each side that snap over the unit once you get it screwed into place. Just press and it seals up rather nice. There's also a rubber grommet to insulate the back of the unit against whatever surface you're putting it on. Make sure to put this on like right away so you don't forget. There's little ridges in the unit itself, but it is a circle. You don't have to drill any fancy hole or anything like that. Slide it into place. First up, the RCAs. This is a 3-zone unit. We're gonna call them zones instead of, let's say, front rear sub. It's zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, which will make sense in a little bit. Starting on the left, you have zone 1, right and left. Zone 2 is in the middle. Zone 3 is on the far outside. There's also an aux input if you need one of those. There's 4 wires coming off of the back. First is your red wire, which is a 12-volt switched wire. This is something that is going to turn on and off with the main power of whatever you're connecting it to. Then there's a secondary, which is called remote in or blue-white. This is a secondary 12-volt in. What that would basically mean is if you have main power that turns on, wakes everything up, let's say at a switch on the dash that turns on your audio, you'd use this for that. Remote out is a blue wire. This is going to go off to the amplifiers to turn them on, and then black is your ground. On the front of the unit, you have power and aux, volume up and down, track back and forth, play pause, and then the AudioControl logo in the center is going to be zone control. Features and specifications of the unit: it has 4-volt preamp output, 3 zones of independent volume control, compact design, aptX HD support. It uses Bluetooth version 5.1 chipset. It's all-weather ipx6 rated, universal design to work with any amplifiers or devices with line level RCA inputs, and a lakeside summer breeze. With a basic understanding of the wiring and the features of the unit, I want to get this hooked up and demo that multi-zone capability and what that actually means and how you may want to use it. When you power the unit up for the first time, the AC logo here in the center starts blinking rapidly. Open up your device, go to your Bluetooth, and tap ACX BT3. Once paired, it'll stop blinking. What we're looking at here are RTAs playing sound from zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. When this is lit up blue, I press the volume. It will increase to show me that I have more signal level across the playing field. Turn it down. All zones will turn down. Blue is what we'll call master volume. When I press the AC logo on the center here, it changes color to this magenta color. If I press volume up, the only thing I'm changing is the volume going to 1. These two don't change. Next is green, or zone 2. One more press will get me to white, which is zone 3. And then it cycles back to blue. This allows me to go in and change the volumes independently. Once I have these zones to the volume I like, on blue, I can then turn them all up together. Once it's maxed out the loudest of the signals, it stops there. In this case, you can see zone 1 was a little bit lower than zone 2 and 3. This isn't going to get any louder. If I want it to be louder, or if I want it to turn down zone 2, go to green, I can turn it down, exit back out, turn the system up. Now it's maxed out for zone 3, which is keeping zones 1 and 2 at their reduced volume. As you can see from this, you can have a lot of interaction with this, and there's a lot of applications where this might be important. Let your mind drift a bit. I will give you an example. In a boat, if you have the main cabin area, the front area, and let's say some ski tubbies hanging off of the back, you want these nice and loud for the guy in the back to hear them. The people in the front are sunbathing. They don't want to be, they're having a nice conversation. And you driving, well, you want to have some fun, but you still want to be able to hear this guy yelling at you if he falls off and, whatever, something bad happens. If you did want to use it for front, rear, and sub, you could do the same thing. Keep in mind, zone 1 is just the output. You could simply make zone 1 subwoofer level control, and zone 2 and 3 could be front and rear. That way when you press to go in, you can quickly control the subwoofer level and make it increase, but your front and rear aren't affected. As promised, like I said, if you made it to the end of this video after learning about the AC BT3, what does the future hold? I just happen to have it, Fernando. This guy right here. This is a new line of ACX amplifiers. This is the 606, which if you think about it would be perfect for this. This is a 6-channel amplifier. This is 3 zones. I'm just saying. The new line is going to consist of 3 more 600 watt amplifiers, a 606, a 605, and a 601. Look for those coming out, well, relatively soon. Maybe by the time this video is up, or there shortly after. It is going to have the same style connectors that the other amplifiers have. You can easily clip in for speakers, easily clip in for power. We just have more powerful amplifiers to look forward to. Well guys, that's what the future holds for the ACX line. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the AC BT3. Hopefully this is something you might want to add to your repertoire or own or use to control something in your life. If it is, make sure to head over to AudioControl.com where you can find out even more information about everything that AudioControl makes. Fernando?
On to the next one, guys.
You guys have a great night as always. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.